Hey y'all, it is Heather with Jumping Spiders USA. Go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, click the little bell so you get notifications for all upcoming content. So you can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Jumping Spiders USA. There are now 20,000 of us over there, so join us. A lot of people know what they're talking about over there, so if you need help with anything, come on over and join us. So this evening, we are going to be talking about a topic that has come up a lot in several groups lately, and it is getting jumping spiders from breeders, from expos. This is a thing that's, always happened in the hobby. Probably any animal hobby, these kinds of things happen, but it's been happening in the jumper community. And it can be avoided because some of it is heartbreaking. And sometimes, especially if people are new, you might not know what to look for when you are getting your first jumping spider, especially. So let's talk about what you need to be looking for, some questions that you need to ask. So first of all, you need to download and read. Well, you don't even have to download it. Just visit and read the care guide that I wrote. It's pretty long. It's pretty complete. It's pretty comprehensive. And you can find that at simply jumpingspidersusa.com. Lots of good info there. So just read that cover to cover, and you will have a lot of ideas about things that you can ask and things that you should know. That is the first thing I would recommend that you do. So when you are talking to someone after you have read that, when you're talking to someone, when you're asking about their spiders, asking how long have they been in the hobby? What groups do they belong to online? Like ask, about their networking, like what other, like, are they in any jumping spider groups? Are they well connected? And it's kind of for accountability too. Like if they're well connected in the jumper group, and jumper groups, then there is some measure of accountability. We all kind of, check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, so to speak. Let's see, what else? Do I have lipstick on my teeth? No, I don't. All right, it's good. I'm probably not going to edit that out either. Okay, so, I'm getting ready to go to open mic tonight. So and I'm not sure if I'm going to go on stage tonight or not. So I decided that if I did, I should probably not look crappy. So I got dressed up and put on some makeups. And I figured two birds, one stone, make a video while I look cute and not troll-like and be trip-trapping over that bridge. Anyway, okay, so read the care guide. You ask about their connections in the jumping spider community. Just be like, hey, what groups are you in? And then you can use that, like how well connected they are, but also, so maybe there are groups out there that you don't know about that you can join and you can learn more too. Let's see, you want to look at their general appearance. That is very important. So there are a lot of different jumpers out there. And, they all kind of look different. Like, for example, if somebody had tan jumpers, or like a hensia, not a lot of people breed or keep hensia, but they're kind of like a flatter and or skinnier looking jumping spider, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're hungry. So just, keeping that in mind. But in general, most jumping spiders should be fairly plump. Now, if they are too plump, that could signify that maybe they are gravid, pregnant, and you're going to have some babies. And that is a thing that happens a lot. So you will want to ask them how long that they have had that spider. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a wild caught spider. I have some wild caughts myself. But you want to know where your spider came from. Is your spider captive bred or is it wild caught? You want to know that. So ask those questions. And you'll also want to know age, instar, how long they've had the spider. what it prefers to eat. You know, some are pickier than others. Some prefer flying insects, some prefer crickets, some prefer mealworms, whatever, whatever. So ask what, ask what that spider prefers to eat. Let's see. You can ask if the spider has been handled, if you would like one who is friendlier and is used to handling. That's something that you can ask. You can even ask them to demonstrate that. You can ask to handle. They, I don't know if they'd, if you're at an expo anyway, that is something that you could definitely ask. And if it's not at an expo, if you're doing this all online, ask for detailed photos of the particular spider that they are going to send you. Because one of the things that happens a lot, that I've alluded to a little bit, is that they will tell you, like recently, just very recently, a thing that's happening is somebody is sending out subadult, or what they call pre-subadult spiders, and it turns out they're gravid. And to an experienced keeper, that is not a problem. But to a new person, like, that is no big deal. Like, that can be overwhelming. It can be a lot to take on the care of slings, baby spiderlings. That can be a lot to take on, especially if this is your first spider. So that's something that you want to know. You want detailed photos. And in the care guide, there are photos of an epigynum, and that is what a mature female spider has to signal her maturity. And if that spider is wild caught, or if the breeder doesn't know the origins of the spider or can't answer your questions, then you really just have to assume that she's already mated somewhere out in the wild, and she is carrying that sperm for the rest of her life, and she is going to gift you with bunches of babies. And if you're up for that, awesome. I've made videos about that too. I'll link them down in the description. I'll link down to, I've got a video about, is my spider pregnant? And, she's laid eggs. What the heck do I do now? So I'll link down in the description to both of those videos. So you want to know, appearance. You want to see, if you're not at an expo where the spider is live, you want pictures of the spider that they are going to send to you. And so you can see if it's mature. Generally speaking, you do not want a mature spider because it's not going to live that long. In the best of circumstances, in an absolutely perfect world, they can live 2 to 3 years, but that's so rare. A female will typically live 15 to 18 months. A male, it's just so luck of the draw with males that you might get a male and then he matures, and just like within a month of maturity, sometimes they die. And so a male, you might only have him 12 to 15 months. And so generally speaking, you don't want a mature spider. And how you would tell if a male is mature, he has those very, very prominent pedipalps on the front. They look like those old, the old-timey phone receivers, or like a comma, or some people say boxing gloves. That's what you're looking for. In the female, you're looking for the presence of the epigynum. And if those are present, I mean, if you know the risks and you're okay with that, then sure, you can, take on a mature spider. But if you're looking for, a spider that you can love on for a while, mature is probably not what you want. You probably also don't want a really, really young one either. Maybe around instar 4-ish, instar 5, maybe. Like, probably around 4 is a good time to get one. You probably also don't want one that is going to send around this time of year. You got to be careful this time of year and in the summer both. Because if they're going to be sending to you around this time, that makes me question their other practices. It's just not super safe right now. It's cold. But if they are, definitely overnight it. Use a heat pack. Make sure that they're using like a a great third party sender through FedEx, like Ship Your Reptiles or something like that. There's more accountability there as well, and there's criteria that you have to use to send through them to make it as safe as possible on your pets. So those are the big things. You don't want one. So talking about plumpness again, you don't want one that like looks shriveled, because like if it looks shriveled, that can mean it's old and or starving. Like you don't want that. I had one sent to me about a month ago that they were both shriveled. One of them was like so flat and in such terrible shape, she didn't make it. Like I, tried really hard, and she made it not even a week. So you just got to be careful about those things, and they did not refund me. So it can happen even to the best of us. So just be vigilant out there, like where you're getting your spiders. There are lists out there that some keepers keep in some groups that will tell you. And there are also some groups out there, what is it, the Salticity Breeder Society, or like reviews. I can't remember what it's called. I'll try, like, maybe when I go back and edit, or I can just put it down in the description, those groups. There are some groups specifically for reviews of breeders that, you can definitely check those kinds of things out to see, what their reputation, is like. You also want to use, I think the best method is PayPal, I think. If you're going through like an individual person, because I think that you can get your money back if it goes south. As for, if you go through like a bigger emporium or something like that online, they ask you, that's like all online, like card, payment online, whatever. Just keep documentation of everything. Like, just keep documentation. Like, how are you feeling when you talk to this person? Are they welcoming of your questions? Do they seem knowledgeable? That's all really, really important. Do you get a good vibe talking to them? They probably are busy. People who keep animals are very busy people, so they may not answer you immediately, but you don't want like days or weeks or whatever to go by. Like, are they communicative? If there are delays in the process, are they at least saying that to you? Sometimes it can be fine if there are delays in the process. Like, things happen. Recently, somebody was talking about, like, there were hurricanes, there was this, there was that, like things were messing up shipping. That is perfectly fine. Things like that happen. Just like make sure that you are being communicated those things with. And if that's not happening, I know that you want a spider, you probably desperately want one, but it will happen for you. They are so plentiful, like, online or out in the wild, that you don't have to rush something just because you really want one. So do your due diligence and take your time. If you have questions, like, feel free, drop them down in the comments down here, or even come over to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Jumping Spiders USA, and ask us over there. There are a lot. I pride myself on having an open and welcoming environment, and there are lots of people in my group who know what they are talking about, who know their stuff. And so you're going to be answered, and you're going to be answered probably pretty quickly by people who know what they're talking about. If you have any questions, if you need anything at all, just reach out. I'm rooting for y'all. Good luck out there.